Okay, welcome everybody to submitting your compliance documents. Now, this is a process that is very important to our office and to you as an agent. When you submit your compliance closing documents, you are getting your numbers counted in the MLS and in our office. If you're not submitting it, you're not going to have your numbers counted and your paycheck could be held up. So I'm going to go over your closing documents to show you what it should be doing. I'm going to share the screen. All right, I'm also going to minimize this. When we are inside of our opportunity, we have 3 folders: consultation, under contract, and closed. We're focusing on the closed today. So if I click on close, and this is a buyer opportunity, by the way, we are going to be needing 2 required documents. That is the settlement statement and the warranty deed. I wonder if I have a settlement statement on here. Honestly, I don't know what any of these documents are, guys. Maybe I can Google one. Has everyone seen a settlement statement? Do you know what it looks like? Yes. Yes. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I don't have to upload that settlement statement into DocuSign. I just have to upload it into Command. So I'm going to click Add a File. I can choose where it is. So if it is in DocuSign for some reason, I can choose DocuSign. But I leave it on manual because let's say it was emailed to me. So I can go into my email, download it, and then upload it. Or if I scan it in, I can upload it from my computer. I can also choose custom folders, which is this tab down here. And all that means is that I have uploaded it at some point during the transaction and it's ready to be pulled from there instead. I'm just going to choose manual and I'm going to click on browse. So it's going to ask me, where did I save that document, the closing statement? So let's just pretend. Here's one. Let's pretend this pre-listing questionnaire is the closing statement. I'll click open, and I'll click assign. And then now I need the new warranty deed under the new owners. So I'll click add a file, and that was also emailed to me with my closing documents from my title company. Or if it was physically given to me, I've scanned it once again. And I'm going to click browse. And we'll pretend this buyer lead sheet is the warranty deed. Open. I'm going to click assign. And then once that's finished, well, I have the closing checks here that would optional. I can upload those if I want to. Nothing saying that it is required. So when it's finished with all my required documents, I can click submit to MC and it will go to Rhoda for compliance checks. And then it'll be done and you can move it into closed. Now, when I say move it into closed, what I'm talking about is if I go to sales and pipeline. So let's say this is closed. I can move Brittany buyer all the way over here into closed. It's going to ask me what the actual closing date is. And I'd say confirm closing date. And it would be marked as closed. So once it goes through, it'll be counted towards your numbers. You'll be able to be paid on time. So let's say you got a check without a DA. This is where those delays would come in. So you'd have to turn in your closing paperwork with that check so they can count that. Otherwise, it's not going to count as well. And that's closing documents. Questions?
Yeah, I have a question because I have mine up right
Uh-huh.
here. I always, for a lot of my clients, I did, got Sister Pro.
Okay.
They did a lot of this stuff.
Sure. Mhm.
So I never did, like with DocuSign and stuff, I did, but I never did that part.
Okay.
I can't find it on mine.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over and I'll show you where it is.
So I had my command up,
Okay.
like I just had a listing that
Okay.
closed last week,
Sure.
but I closed it. I thought, no,
Yeah, you
no,
did.
let's
It's
see.
enclosed right now. It's only one.
Okay, yeah. So, but I wouldn't have gotten the check if everything wasn't in, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, so I'm sure everything is correct. But if I go back, I also, is this just by the month? So is this
No,
just
this is
June?
all of your transactions.
So then how come my buyers?
After 30 days, this will disappear, but you can always pull them up in all opportunities.
Okay, so that's what it is. And then,
So yeah, they're still,
There you go.
they're just hidden.
all right, that's it. And then I would click and
Yeah,
let's
if
see
you want
it.
to go back into there.
And they're all closed.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 30 days. That's why I couldn't see it.
Yeah, at the end of the month, it
All
will
right,
disappear, but it's still.
okay,
Is
thank
this
you.
in lieu of bringing the closing documents here or in addition to bringing the closing documents here?
If you have a DA, it is in lieu of.
Even if I have a check in my hand?
Made out to you. If it's made out to Keller Williams Realty
No, I
Select.
got two.
Okay, so yeah, you hold on to it and then you upload it into there. You don't need to submit it again, as far as I understand.
That's if the closing agent didn't write a check and pay Keller Williams.
Right. Right, that's when you would physically bring it in and say, hey, I have these, I need my check cut.
Okay.
If they did give you the check,
Even
you
though
just have to
checks aren't
upload.
theirs.
Mhm. Yeah, so if you have the 2 checks, upload and you'll be good. If you have the 1 check, it needs to be
Right.
scanned. Yeah,
Okay.
brought in, yeah. Any other questions? I'm not sure why they gave us an hour and a half.
I don't either.
Maybe there was some other messaging that they were talking about, but that's,
So anything that's in here is also in the MLS as well for, toward your name. Do you see what I'm saying?
yes, so yeah, it would go, when we track it, it's our broker, not our, it's our metrics for Winmore, which is our software that we use to track everything. You still need to update with the MLS though, that it's closed, and you know, the MLS
Oh,
rules
yes.
of switching it to closed and all
Well,
that
if
kind
it's
of
a
stuff.
listing, if
Yes.
not, it's the other.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, so you still have to follow those rules. Mhm.
Okay, good.
So the MLS will track it as long as you've gone through it, because this is for tracking in our system.
Okay.
All right. Charlie, do you have any questions? You're muted.
Okay, first thing is I unmute. Okay.
Okay,
No, I followed you here. Thanks.
yeah, so it's very similar to when you upload your other documents. You have to make sure to remember to upload them afterwards, because a lot of agents, you're like, oh, I got my check, I don't have to do anything else. You gotta upload documents, put them in there, let us know, let us see it. And then move it into closed. Because I get a lot of questions of, well, how do I mark it as closed? You physically move it into that pipeline to the closed. That's marked. I don't know. What else, guys? Any other questions? I know Jack has some questions we have to go over. No? All right. Well, thanks for joining us for closing documents today. That's all I got. That's all the instructions I had.
So I have a question.
okay,
We're
go ahead.
gonna Over here and look at something.
Yes, yeah. I'm gonna go look at something. I'll be right back.
So what is that track? So this one was this property right here, I'm back to all my own opportunities. There was one that they were interested in and they put an offer in, but they never got it.
Okay.
So
So
why
with-
is this in here?
So click on that. We're gonna change that. So click on that. Mark it as lost opportunity.
Okay, because I never put this as closed, right?
Somebody moved it into closed.
So lost
Oh, yeah,
opportunity.
lost opportunity. and save.
Save, which is,
Click that save.
oh, good, there it is. Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at all of them, and then if I want to go back into all of them,
You'll have to click back into the sales pipeline or listing, and
okay,
then click all.
all opportunities, okay, just looking at them. Oh, so would this be, why does it still say close?
Because
That's the
it's
same one.
sitting in the closed thing, so unless you archive it, it's always gonna sit closed unless you move it to something else.
So I can archive it, how do I archive?
Yes, so
Just
go
click
ahead
it
and go to three dots.
Here,
Yep, click on that.
archive, perfect, okay, thank
And
you.
that'll, should remove it.
Did-
All right. Nothing else? Okay. Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.
Have 45 minutes or 45 plus minutes more than before.
Got it back.
Yep. All right. Thank you. See you later.
Did you want to play with this?
Yep.
You want to do it